highly animated boards and animatics. Oh, I'm very opinionated on that. Yes, I hate animated boards. Why? That's not the purpose of a storyboard. And if you have to rely on animation to get your point across, you're not doing it right. Like,
He's talking about, I guess it's a recent trend of like contemporary or modern storyboard artists animating their storyboards. We're talking about like rough animation. And the first time I saw this kind of storyboarding, I think was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series that was on Nickelodeon. There was a clip of, I think, the final fight scene of like a season, and it was like basically animation. I thought it was rough animation until I saw like a description saying that it was storyboards. And I was like completely baffled because I thought that that was like full on rough animation. And then I think after that, I saw like a few posts with like boards that look animated. More recently, like for Arcane and coming from like, you know, a lot of the French animated studios where the boards would actually look like rough animation instead of boards. And it's interesting because this storyboard artist doesn't approve of it. I personally don't think I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. I'm just kind of like, huh? Because at the end of the day, like when you're working on a production, you have to get your boards done at like a particular time, right? The director will launch you on a scene, you go, the board is seen, you present it, right? Now, usually between presentations, you would have like a week or 3 days, 2 days, whatever your deadline is, right? And to me, whatever time you need to get the boards done, if you get them done for your meeting, however you get them done, whether it's animated, whether it's rough, whether it's on pages, whatever, if you get it done, to me, that's all that really matters. And you communicate your idea to your director. Now, I think to bring up a point here, he was saying that if you need to animate your boards to get your idea across, then you're not doing storyboards right. I don't think that people animate their boards to help them get their point across. I think animated boards came about because of artists' ego. I think artists just want to outdo other artists. And so the next step was basically to animate their boards, basically. I think artists just want to flex. I think we have egos. We want to show that, you know, we could do the job better than somebody else. And I think that was the evolution of animated boards. I don't think the artists who are animating their boards don't know how to communicate their idea without animating their boards. I don't think that's why they do it. I think it's strictly like an ego thing, right? So if you give an artist who animates their boards and then you give a regular artist who doesn't animate their boards, if you give them the same deadline and they finish, both of them do a full pass of the sequence and the director can watch it, that's totally fine by me. That means that that person is able to animate their boards and get it done by the deadline, and that person is able to do storyboards and get it done by the deadline, right? Now, the problem is, for me personally, if you are animating your boards and you have to work like from 9 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night because you want to animate your boards, I think that's where the problem is. Like you're overworking yourself to animate your boards when it's not even necessary. I think that's a problem. I think it's a problem when you are animating your boards and you're not finishing the sequence for your director to actually see the entire sequence because you care about animating your boards. Like if you get your boards done for the director and you have a proper like balance of work, like 8 hours a day, and you're working and you're like a normal human being, fine, go and animate your boards. That means you're really fast, you're really good. But if you're not finishing your sequence and you're asking for extra time all the time and you're pushing the deadlines back and you're asking your production manager for more time because you didn't finish your boards because you're only animating your boards, that's where I think the problem is. But if you could animate your board and you working at 8 hours a day and you know you're not overworking yourself and working yourself to that, go ahead, animate your boards. I don't care. Me personally, I don't animate my boards, but if I do have the time, I would like add tones and shades and stuff. And that's kind of like my ego thing. I like to add tones and a little lighting and stuff like that here and there to make the boards pretty. We all have egos. We're all artists. We have egos. We want people to say our work is nice, right? So that is my ego thing. But when I don't have the time, I have like a very tight deadline, like say 3, 4, 5 days. I will just do rough boards, really, really rough boards, and make sure and get the idea across, get all the important stuff that is necessary for the director to help him make his film. That is what I do. When I'm working on my personal film, if you've seen boards for my personal film, I do pretty boards because I do not have like a week deadline. I could take my time, I can make my boards pretty, I can be a bit more passionate about making my boards, look pretty for me, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts on over animating storyboards. Let me know what you think. Do you have a problem with over animating boards? You don't care like me? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.